The Avesta is the sacred text of Zoroastrianism, one of the world's oldest religions. Written in the ancient Avestan language, it contains the liturgical and hymnal writings that form the core of Zoroastrian theology and practice. This blog explores the origins, structure, content, and significance of the Avesta, examining its role in the spiritual life of Zoroastrians and its impact on religious and cultural history. Origins and historical context. The origins of the Avesta are deeply intertwined with the early history of Zoroastrianism, a religion founded by the prophet Zoroaster, or Zarathustra, in ancient Persia. Zoroastrianism is thought to have originated around the 2nd millennium BC, although exact dates are difficult to establish. The Avesta itself is thought to have been composed and compiled over several centuries, reflecting the religious, social, and political changes in the Persian empires. Zoroaster, the prophet and founder of Zoroastrianism, is a somewhat enigmatic figure. Traditional accounts suggest that he lived in northeastern Iran or southwestern Afghanistan. His teachings emphasize the worship of Ahura Mazda, the supreme god, and the importance of living a life of truth, justice, and order. Asha. Zoroaster's revelations, which form the basis of the Avesta, marked a significant departure from the polytheistic traditions of the time, introducing concepts of monotheism, dualism, and eschatology. The compilation of the Avesta probably began during the Achaemenid Empire, 550-330 BCE, and continued through the Parthian 247 BC, 224 AD, and Sassanid 224-651 AD periods. The Achaemenid kings, such as Cyrus the Great and Darius I, were known to be patrons of Zoroastrianism, and their support may have facilitated the preservation and transmission of Zoroastrian texts. However, much of the Avesta was lost during the conquests of Alexander the Great and subsequent invasions, leading to significant gaps in the text as it exists today. Structure of the Avesta. The Avesta is divided into several sections, each serving a different liturgical or theological purpose. The main sections are the Yasna, the Visparad, the Venditad, the Yashts, and the Corda Avesta. The Yasna. The Yasna is the central liturgical text of the Avesta and contains the Gathas, which are hymns attributed to Zoroaster himself. The Yasna is recited during Zoroastrian services and contains prayers, rituals, and invocations to various deities. The Gathas, written in an older form of the Avestan language, are considered the most sacred part of the Avesta and provide profound insights into the teachings of Zoroaster. The Visparad. The Visparad is a collection of additions to the Yasna, expanding its liturgical and ritual framework. It contains additional invocations and praises to Ahura Mazda and other divine beings, emphasizing the communal and cosmic aspects of Zoroastrian worship. The Vendidad. The Vendidad, or Law Against the Demons, is a legal and ritualistic text that outlines various religious laws, purification rituals, and ethical guidelines. It serves as a manual for maintaining spiritual and physical purity, detailing proper behavior for individuals and communities. The Vendidad also contains mythological stories such as the story of the creation of the world and the battle between Ahura Mazda and the evil spirit, Angramanyu, Ahriman. The Yashts. The Yashts are a collection of hymns dedicated to various deities and divine concepts within Zoroastrianism. Each Yasht focuses on a particular deity, such as Mithra, the god of covenant and oath, Anahita, the god of covenant, and Devrethrang, the god of victory. The Yashts are rich in mythology and provide detailed descriptions of the characteristics and exploits of these divine beings. The Corda Avesta. The Corda Avesta, or Little Avesta, is a compilation of shorter prayers and invocations used in daily worship and personal devotion. It includes the Nyayesha's liturgies, the Ga prayers recited at different times of the day, and the Afrinigans' blessing ceremonies. The quarter Avesta serves as a practical guide for Zoroastrians to maintain their spiritual practice in everyday life. The Avesta embodies the core beliefs and values of Zoroastrianism, presenting a comprehensive worldview that encompasses theology, cosmology, ethics, and eschatology. Several key themes and concepts are central to the Avesta and to Zoroastrian thought. Dualism and the cosmic battle. One of the most distinctive features of Zoroastrianism is its dualistic worldview, which posits a cosmic struggle between the forces of good and evil. Ahura Mazda, the supreme god, represents truth, order, and light, while Angra Mainyu, Ahriman, embodies deception, chaos, and darkness. This dualism is reflected in the moral and spiritual choices that individuals must make, aligning themselves with Asher, truth, or Druj. Falsehood, Asher and Druj. Asher, often translated as truth or order, is a central ethical concept in Zoroastrianism. It represents the divine order established by Ahura Mazda, which includes truth, righteousness, and justice. Living in accordance with Asher is considered essential for spiritual growth and salvation. In contrast, Druj means falsehood, deceit, and disorder. It is the antithesis of Asher and is associated with the influence of Angra Mainyu. Zoroastrians are called to resist Druj and promote Asher in their thoughts, words, and actions. The importance of free will. Zoroastrianism places a strong emphasis on the role of free will in the moral and spiritual life of the individual. Human beings are seen as active participants in the cosmic struggle between good and evil, with the ability to choose between Asher and Druj. This emphasis on free will underscores the responsibility of the individual to contribute to the triumph of good through righteous living and ethical behavior. Eschatology and the End Times. Zoroastrian eschatology, or the doctrine of the end times, is an important aspect of the Avesta. It includes beliefs about the final renovation, Frashokariti, of the world, the resurrection of the dead, and the final defeat of Angra Mainyu. According to Zoroastrian eschatology, Ahura Mazda will eventually restore the world to a state of perfection, and all souls will be judged according to their deeds. The concept of the Shinvat Bridge, a symbolic bridge that souls must cross after death, is central to Zoroastrian eschatology. The righteous will cross the bridge safely to reach paradise, while the wicked will fall into the abyss of torment. The influence and legacy of the Avesta. The Avesta has had a profound influence on the religious, cultural, and intellectual history of the Persian world and beyond. Its teachings and principles have shaped the development of Zoroastrianism and left a lasting legacy in subsequent religious and philosophical tradition. As the founding text of Zoroastrianism, the Avesta has played a crucial role in shaping Persian culture and identity. Zoroastrianism was the state religion of the Achaemenid, Parthian, and Sassanid empires, and its influence can be seen in the art, architecture, and administrative practices of these periods. The moral and ethical teachings of the Avesta also permeated Persian society, emphasizing justice, truthfulness, and social responsibility. Influence on other religions. The ideas and concepts found in the Avesta have had a significant influence on other religious traditions, particularly those that emerged in the Persian cultural sphere. Elements of Zoroastrian dualism, eschatology, and ethics can be seen in the development of Jewish, Christian, and ethics can be seen in the development of Jewish, Christian, and Islamic thought. For example, the concept of a cosmic struggle between good and evil, the resurrection of the dead, and the final judgment have parallels in these Abrahamic religions. The Avesta in modern scholarship. Modern scholarship has devoted considerable attention to the study of the Avesta, with researchers exploring its linguistic, historical, and theological dimension. The Avesta provides valuable insights into the religious practices and beliefs of ancient Persia and contributes to our understanding of the wider Indo-Iranian religious and cultural traditions. Efforts to translate and interpret the Avesta have made its teachings more accessible to a global audience. Scholars continue to explore the historical context of the Avesta, the development of its texts, and its relationship to other ancient religious literatures. Challenges and preservation. The preservation of the Avesta has faced many challenges throughout history. The conquests of Alexander the Great, the spread of Islam, and the subsequent political and social upheavals in Persia led to the loss and fragmentation of many Zoroastrian texts. Efforts to compile and preserve the Avesta have continued, with significant contributions from Zoroastrian communities in India, the Parsis, and Iran. Manuscript tradition. The Avesta has been preserved through a rich manuscript tradition in which copies of the text have been meticulously transcribed and passed down through generations. These manuscripts, often written on parchment or paper, are valuable cultural artifacts that provide insights into the history of Zoroastrianism and its textual transmission. In modern times, several critical editions and translations of the Avesta have been produced, making the text more accessible to scholars and practitioners. Text more accessible to scholars and practitioners. Notable editions include the work of James Darmstedter, Martin Haug, and Helmut Humbach, among others. These editions have contributed to a deeper understanding of the language, structure, and content of the Avesta. The Avesta, as the sacred text of Zoroastrianism, offers a profound and comprehensive vision of the spiritual and moral life. Its teachings on dualism, free will, ethics, and eschatology provide a rich framework for understanding the human condition and the cosmic struggle between good and evil. The Avesta's influence on Persian culture and its impact on other religious traditions underscore its importance as a foundational text in the history of world religions. Despite the challenges of preservation and transmission, the Avesta remains a vital source of spiritual guidance and cultural identity for Zoroastrians around the world. Its enduring legacy speaks to the timeless relevance of its teachings and the universal quest for truth, justice, and harmony in the face of adversity. As we continue to explore and interpret the Avesta, we gain deeper insights into the ancient wisdom of Zoroastrianism and its contribution to the spiritual heritage of humanity.